Hello, my name is Veronica McCulloch, and today I'm here to talk to you about the different types of assessment strategies. The types of assessments that we use right now is the Kansas Interactive Testing Engine, or commonly known as KITE. It is a standardized test. It is a program designed to make sure that ELA, mathematics, and science are covered by certain standards and then tested on certain standards. It's designed to measure specific indicators within the college and career readiness standards, provide information for calculating measurable objectives, report individual student scores and performance levels, provide subscale and total scores that can be used with local assessment scores for ELA, math, science, history, government, and social studies programs. So this is what is used right now in the state of Kansas. But what I would like to propose here are the results from 2019 to 2021. Obviously, in here we have a pandemic that happened where there's no data. But as you can see, and this is a standardized test, here are the different levels: math, ELA, and science. And this is at the high school. Math increased a little bit. As you can, when you look and you compare the different scores that in between 1819 and 2021, you can really see at the different levels the achievement differences. If you look at the chart over here from 2019 to 2021, it looks like for math, ELA, and science, we kind of have leveled out on everything. But my proposal is going to be, there are three types of assessment: assessment of learning, assessment for learning, and assessment as learning. I choose the assessment of learning. Why do I think that? Well, follow me and I will show you. I recommend the assessment of learning. So here are the types that you can do. So final projects in the form of project-based learning, or commonly known as PBL. PBL improves advanced placement pass rates. Whether you are in AP classes or not, it will improve your reading levels, especially look even in science. Here, you can definitely see in the reading percentile that the blue, which is the PBL, is much higher than the other scores here. Also, in a traditional class where there was no project-based learning, they scored 37%, but those who were put in a PBL class scored a 45%. That is significant. There are different phases for a PBL assessment. It is designed for a student to show you what it is that they have learned. So phase one is students encounter a real world problem. What I love about this is that it prepares them for outside of the classroom. As a special ed teacher, that is one of my number one goals, is preparing them for outside of the classroom. But this is not just for special ed teachers. This can be for any student. Test anxiety is a real thing that a lot of students struggle with. And so whenever we give them real world problems, then they are not left with, they're not left thinking, how am I going to use this? How am I going to use this later on in life? Well, you are given a real world problem. And then step two is they build their knowledge. They meet expectations. They're given a rubric and they have to look at it, examine it, and decide the expectations, what they need to do in order to solve this problem. Phase three, students deepen their knowledge and skills by engaging early and often in classroom discussions to solidify understanding of core principles and practices. So that all that means is that they're deepening their skills by talking with other students. Peer involvement is huge. They learn from each other a lot. Students can learn a lot from each other. Phase 4, students learn transfer level skills to solve the problem presenting or that was presented to them in phase 1. So in phase 4, they're going back to the problem and they're going to solve it. This is so important. Applying what you know, not just being able to say A, B, C, or D, which one is the best answer. This one is a real world solving problems. So this is the different types of PBL assessments. There are several different types, but over here, the project-based learning rubric, as you can see, analyze, building knowledge and understanding, gather and evaluate, develop and revise ideas, use evidence, presenting the projects. It is amazing how much more this actually tests a student. You can see so much more of what they know and their critical thinking skills rather than do I know how to circle A, B, C, or D. This next slide, there are a few slides that I'm going to show you. I borrowed this from Teachers Pay Teachers. It is a PBL example by Brianna Beverly. I did get this from Teachers Pay Teachers. I did not make it, but I wanted to use an example of what it would look like. So first, what they would do is they would brainstorm. Okay, they're gonna have their own taco truck, and the goal is to design the taco truck and the food that goes in it, several different types of critical thinking skills that they're going to practice. So, taco truck brainstorming. Here's another way that they can brainstorm. What ingredients will you need? What other supplies will you need? The details. What sort of tacos will you offer at your taco truck? What sort of tacos will you offer at your taco truck? So all of these use critical thinking skills. Makes them think, what would I actually need? This is real world application. Here's the taco truck supplies. Here are the supplies that you can give them and the topping, the tortillas and the extras with prices. Then here are their supplies. So depending on which truck you choose is how much money you will get per truck. Purchasing ingredients, you're going to have to purchase ingredients for your taco truck. Your budget is $1,000. So they're practicing budgeting and doing a business. They're practicing their math. There's so many different types, and you cannot spend more than this, which how real life, that is a real world application. You cannot spend more than what is in your bank account. Tortillas and extras, and here are the trucks that they can choose from. Then they're going to find their total, so the ingredient and how much it is. Then they have to reflect on what they learned. There are several reflection questions that they have to go through. And here's the menu, the price, the description, and the taco names. So here they create 4 specialty tacos. And then the taco truck actual orders. So whoever's order, the price, and how much. So in doing all of these things, project-based learning can show you so much more as an assessment than a standard ABCD